Hedgy is far from the only spiny hero in gaming, but if he's a little slower than his famous blue counterpart, his objectives are similar. Collect gems in bright, colourful environments filled with incongruous, deadly traps. It starts off as a more gentle and bucolic affair, but as the game wears on, the rural setting increasingly fills with hazards. Spike pillars and bear traps grow more plentiful, and enemies come in larger numbers and greater variety. And as if that weren't enough to contend with, platforms get ever smaller, with bridges between them either narrower or non-existent, requiring careful leaps. Given that Hedgy's movement is guided by tilts and twists of your iOS device, you could be forgiven for assuming that Cybertime's platform adventure will be frustrating for all the wrong reasons. But you'd be way off the mark. The gyroscopic controls are extremely well calibrated, offering a surprising degree of precision. When you can easily negotiate a log that's no wider than Hedgy himself, or pick your way through a labyrinth of traps without coming close to injury, you realise just what Cybertime has achieved. The controls are responsive without ever being so skittish that you bowl off the edge of platforms and into trouble. Indeed, at times you wonder whether Sega should be taking tips for its next iOS version of Super Monkey Ball. The aim is to collect as many gems as possible in each stage and reach the exit. You use these jewels as currency to unlock new levels and power-ups. You can also use coins, 3 of which are secreted within every level, for the same purpose. You can punch through crates and enemies by tapping the left-hand side of the screen, and leap gaps or obstacles by touching the right-hand side. Tap twice and you blow a bubble to gain extra height, which constitutes a double jump in all but name. Later you'll earn enough gems to purchase a grab attack, which allows you to grab boxes and barrels to lob at the round enemies that populate the levels, or a super helmet, which allows you to take 3 hits without penalty. More powerful attacks gradually become available, including a bubblegum upgrade that allows you to shoot a pink projectile into enemies' faces, with fairly predictable but no less amusing effect. But by that stage, you'll need the help, as enemies appear in greater numbers and more vicious varieties. Combat can be a little clunky, you'll mostly just tap the screen rapidly when confronted, but you can aim to knock enemies into traps or off ledges. Manage to bounce them into each other and you can earn combo bonuses, and sometimes you'll anger them enough that they start fighting amongst themselves. If the level design isn't particularly inspiring, it offers some interesting challenges. Occasionally, you'll get a very forgiving QuickTime event where you have to dodge incoming objects by tapping a round button on the screen, or spend the whole level sprinting away from a rolling log. There might not be anything especially dazzling about Crazy Hedgy, but it's a polished, good-looking, and well-made platformer, and something a little different from the glut of 2D physics puzzlers on the App Store.